Dr. Upinder ma'am, I am perfect audible. Okay, thank you. Dear participant, good evening, all of you. We are delighted to have you with us today for session 5 and day 6 of the 1 week international workshop on the impact of generative AI in STEM, redefining research and professional practice. Today's session brings to the focus of the topic of immense relevance and ethical urgency, responsible use of AI in research and education. As artificial intelligence continues to transform the academic and research landscape, it is vital that we, as educator, researcher, and learner, understand not just how to use these technologies, but how to use them responsible, ethically, mindfully. We are deeply honored to welcome you, our esteemed speaker for the evening, Dr. Upinder Kaur, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Akal University, Bathinda, India. Dr. Upinder Kaur brings with her over 20 years of academic and research excellence in the domain of computer science and engineering. Her vast contribution include more than 40 high quality research publications presented at global platforms and published in reputed journals, many of which are indexed in Scopus and SAI. In addition, she has successfully edited 4 books published by IGI Global and Wiley, showcasing her commitment to scholarly dissemination. Her research work reflects a remarkable breadth from artificial intelligence to machine learning to deep learning and cloud computing, demonstrating not just technical expertise but also a forward-looking vision in analysis these technologies to real-world challenges. So now I would like to welcome our today's speaker. Ma'am, over to you.
Very good evening to all. Thank you, sir. And I'm really honored to have a second session in the same workshop. And I'm going to share my presentation now. Sir, my screen is visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect visible.
As our today talk is totally conceptual, so we need to understand what is the basic idea behind this today's talk and what is the significance of this. So if anyone has any doubt or want to ask any question, so you can raise your hand or you can ask whenever you require. So basically, when we proceed with the concepts, so everybody know AI now, artificial.
Ma'am, please unmute and all the participants are allowed to unmute your mic whenever it is required. Ma'am, please unmute. Yes.
Sir, now it is okay?
Fine, ma'am.
Sure. So first of all, good evening to all. So today our topic is basically conceptual. We are going to understand what is the need of responsible AI and why it is important. So we are going to discuss all the aspects that is related to the academia, research for the students as well as the faculty. So who are using AI nowadays and where it is applicable, as AI is a buzzword for the today's era, artificial intelligence, every company, every area, every student, everyone wants to learn AI, want to inculcate the skills in their self. So it is a that phenomena that everybody is interested in it. So let's explore what are the basic concern related to this. So before proceeding with this, we will discuss with some of the overview of the AI applications, and what is the ethical concerns related to the AI. So some of the slides I have taken from the internet, and because they are very well content available, so I am discussing every concept of that. This slide I have taken from the UN TED Talk, and the person that is very well explained these concepts. So basically, they are the three concepts: understanding the scope of the AI, understanding the ethical and responsible use of the AI, understanding the societal implication of the AI. So when the AI comes, for example, whenever there is a new research that came in the market, so everyone has a two kind of concept. Will it accept or will reject it? Because when we talk about the AI in the past 10 to 12 years, so everybody talk about that AI will replace the human. So there is a chances that some of the persons are in the favor of AI and some of are not in the favor of AI. And once in the 2022, when the open AI comes, ChatGPT kind of concepts come into existence. And if we see nowadays, the widespread use of open AI nowadays, 2025. And with the release of OpenAI and ChatGPT in November 22, over 100 million users they are reporting by the January 23. It means that people are accepting the use of AI. But when there is a new drug in the market for any serious disease, so every time some of these drugs can be used for the addiction and for drug addiction type of thing. So when we invent anything, there are two concerns. One is the ethical use of that, and another is the unethical use of that. So here we are discussing that aspect of the AI. So why we need to understand why AI literacy is important for the student, for the faculty, and everyone that is concerned and related to the AI user. So there are different things that we need to concept about the artificial intelligence. Basically, artificial intelligence has the potential to transform both academic and research environment by enhancing efficiency, personalizing learning experience, and accelerating the scientific discovery. However, the rapid development and integration of the AI into these sectors it is essential to ensure its use aligns with the ethical principle that uphold the fairness, transparency, accountability, and respect for the privacy. So these are the two definitions that I have given in this slide that concern about the GenAI and the AI. Basically, artificial intelligence means it is a particular computer or the machine that is going to ask something smartly. For example, like a human brain, it mimics some of the qualities. It is trained for that. And what is Gen AI? Gen AI is basically a generative artificial intelligence. It kind of shows that it will regenerate some text basic on the information that is trained, that ChatGPT is trained for that, for the audio, video, images, text, simulations, number of things are there. So these are the two different concepts. AI is in different form. For example, in all these laptops, all the automatic machines, all the phones, we are using artificial AI intelligently. They are using a number of ways. For example, in audio checking, in betterment of your image quality. When you click on the phone, your filters on the images. So we are appreciating that particular application of the AI. Similarly, nowadays we have Crook, we have DeepSeek, we have ChatGPT. Number of versions are available nowadays. Everyone is fascinated with the use of AI, and everyone is using it without any single concern where we want to use or where we not. So this is the basic understanding. So what are the base technology on the basis of that developed? The LLM. LML is the basically a large language model, a model that uses probabilities to predict the next word in the human response. Similarly, there is a natural language processing. It is also a technology in the field of AI and computational linguistics that focuses on the teaching machines and create a human speech. For example, you are using the AI assistant, you are using the chatbots, you are using the Siri, you are using the Google Assistant, you are using the AI based trainers, you are using the AI based instructor over there. Everything that is backend base is the natural language processing. So next is the ChatGPT. ChatGPT is what? Generative pre-trained transformer. So this is a popular AI tool that is free of cost available and everybody is using it. It runs from its own LLM. It means once it is trained, whatever the text anyone entered into this database, it will learn from it and regenerate and provide the answer. It is not a search engine. It is not a current internet content. It is not connected with the scholarly journals real time. Real time internet is not available to any ChatGPT tool, etc. So these are the basic things that the tools OpenAI we are using. In the backend, they are using this technology. So as we already understood that AI is using nowadays in number of areas in the academia, in the education, in the research. So it is affecting number of things like personalized learning, research support, administrative functions. How these are things affected? Because we are using the AI platforms, and on the basis of that, the students are using AI for most of their work, for their assignments, for their coding, for their daily routine, for their application, anything. They are just go on the ChatGPT, do the task, and submit. So there is a hallucination in the people mind. What is hallucination? Hallucination is the imagination. Similarly, for example, I'm taking one example for a researchers. A researcher putting a prompt on the ChatGPT that give me a idea in the area of green computing, which is a noble, and that is not for example, I say I need an idea for the patent or the research proposal or the project idea for any research article, which is novel, which is not used by anyone, and it is a new idea. So what is in my mind that I'm putting a prompt to the ChatGPT and it will provide me the answer in context of my prompt that I have entered. What I written there, what I have written there, I need a novel idea for the patent. I need a novel idea for the research. I need a novel idea for the project. It means I understand that if I write a novel keyword in the prompt, then AI will provide me the new idea. So this is a hallucination. Ultimately, this is not the new idea at all. What is the reason for that? Because all these generative AIs are trained on some machines and the model is trained on the some facts. So it means if the concept is there and AI is suggesting you something, it means that is someone's human brain. So if someone already done and putting some efforts or so putting some idea over there, and that GPT is providing you saying that it is a novel, so it is a hallucination, it is a mistake. So GPT is providing you the incorrect facts. So you need to understand what is real, what is fake, because AI can never replace the human research capability. AI is just a machine. Whatever the training is provided to that, it will give you the result accordingly. So prompting is a like there are number of videos, number of shorts, number of fake things that is available on the internet. That prompt engineering, with the prompting you can earn lakhs of rupees. So basically what is the concept is AI can speed up the work. AI can provide the accuracy in English language. AI can be used for the faster assessment. But if you say that prompting is everything, no, it is not. We need to understand what we need to give, and it is just that concept. Whatever the question you put, it will provide you to answer in that efficient way. If you ask each and every depth, it will provide you that. It will ask for the open question, it will provide you that. So there are the 4 prompts that I have given as an example. What is the connection between principal leadership style and the teacher stress? Summarize the literature on the academic integrity, Gen AI with the citations. Write a paragraph of the PhD and compact buttons and include your sources. Write a paragraph about the depression in the style of Shakespeare. So these are the different kind of prompts that you will provide to the Gen AI and it will provide you the output. So writing anything to the ChatGPT, it doesn't mean that every time it will provide you a new unplagiarized humanized content, novel idea. It is not at all true because AI is a generative mode and it will provide whatever is already in their context. So there is a prompt written in the example, write a paragraph about the depression in the style of Shakespeare. So it provides you one of the context related to the Shakespeare. It doesn't mean that Shakespeare have nothing else in that. So there is number of things that is related to the Shakespeare. I'm not a literature person, so I'm not having a depth knowledge of the Shakespeare. I have just quote one example here. Similarly, there are a number of more examples. When the ChatGPT was introduced, so lots of things in the people mind that do you want to use AI? Does it have an impact on the academia and the research integrity? Yes, definitely. So initial reaction was that everybody is confused because at that time, nobody has the idea or the clue that this particular text is generated by the AI or written by the human. But now we are having a time span of 2 to 3 years and all the algorithms that is providing the basic things related to the plagiarism and AI content, all the tools are trained for that. And that particular algorithms that LLM or GPT models are using, they are trained for that and they are detecting that structures. So on the basis of that, they can recognize that this particular content is written by the GPT or AI or not. So when the time passed, the tools will also learn what is the basic structure of the AI. And now, because everything has its pros and cons, AI is very good and we are not limiting the AI everywhere, because if we go for the technology, for the manufacturing, for the healthcare, for the agriculture sector, AI is doing the wonderful job. But where we need to restrict the AI is where the research and academia is there. Here we need to see some particular aspect related to AI, so that we need to understand what are the responsible and irresponsible ways to use AI in our academia and education. So similarly, if we talk about the academia, research and education, so there are different concerns. For example, one is the student, one is the research scholar, one is the faculty members, one is the industrial academicians, and number of other persons that are using AI somehow. So if we talk about in the concern of the student, a student can use the AI in a responsible manner in their academic quality and integrity. So where we can use AI responsibly. So see, in the pros, if English is needed and is not the student's preferred language, a Gen AI may improve their ability to share ideas. For example, if a student is a very shy student, not particularly fluent in English language that is used internationally everywhere, so student has a shy nature, student is not able to speak, not able to express their ideas, not participate well in the class. So in that context, if the student having hesitation in their mind, if we ask something from anyone, so people will tease that is not perfect in that fluent English language. So here AI is a god. AI is a bless here, because you can't express anything. You need not to do anything. You just go for the ChatGPT. You start learning English language from there. It will provide you your mistakes, highlights, and people will improve without paying nothing. So here, in that context, in that case, AI is a gift. For the another example is that for the individual with the disabilities, for example, acoustic, there number of patients with the some brain issues, some disabilities section is there, so they can use, for example, less IQ, below average IQ people are there. So for that, if they are not understanding any concept in the one go, so AI can be used to make or enhance the understanding level of these students. Similarly, a person that is a below average students or the average students, and they are not very well trained for any activity, and they have to generate some new ideas to enlighten and illuminate their mind. So in that case, AI can be a brainstorming for these students and provide the worth discussion and the structured format they need for that particular work. So AI can be used efficiently at their point. Topic specific content can be generated. For example, a student has to have a brief work on some topic that is introduced next in the class, and student has to write or have some explore some ideas related to it. So AI can be wonderful here. But if we talk about that student is not a secondary class or in the higher education, but student is related to the some research scholar, some MTech students, some MS students. So if they are using ChatGPT or any AI tool for the research purpose, and AI is using the research on the behalf of that research scholar, so it is a big disadvantage because the researcher is not going to learn anything there. There is a no output for that. Somehow, if people will successful in submitting any article in that context, so it will be retracted within the span of 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, because that thing will be highlighted any time. So prawns are there, less attention on the human speaker teaching the class. Obviously, if you see there is a gift for the students that needs some improvement, or they are having some different kind of concept or psychology. But if we say AI is used for every student, so there is a no need of class and the teacher. So that is a con here. It is difficult to learn in class if the topic continues to broaden and eventually, because there is a syllabus, there is a class, there is a limited time. And if you broaden the concept in so wide, so it will be not covered within the time. So it is a lack of concept, lack of goal. So that kind of concept is there. Focus may shift, yes, because there is a, for example, if I talk about the sustainability. So sustainability is a single word that can go in any context, unlimited discussion, unlimited talk. But if we specify the sustainability in the form of energy, in the form of technology, in the form of food, then we can perfectly design our talk, perfectly design the time. We can have a fruitful discussion and better outcome will come. So students have a life experiences to share about the diversity and inclusion. So what about the connection between, because if everyone is just using the ChatGPT, so there is a class interaction that people are learning from the peer interaction that will be lost. So another concept is there, assignment writing. SLRW, speaking, reading, writing, listening. These are the major tools in the student life, because whatever the student write, whatever the student speak, learn, it will be provide the basic ability to grow, to conceptualize, and their mind evolution. But if everything dependent upon the generative AI, Gen AI, so it will infect the general ability and the growth of the student. So it is concerned with the English only, if English is needed. and not student preferred language, then Gen AI may improve the ability to organize sources and write ideas. So AI can help a student in doing their writing assignment. Similarly, people with disabilities, they speed up the process. Less time, people will able to complete their assignment. They provide the structured way. They provide the format. They can help in expanding their knowledge and generate new ideas. But similarly, if every time in every question we are just using the chat GPT, then our brain will be deactivated because we are not doing the rigorous process to train our brain in the difficult exercises, and brain is not going to give any output there. So prompt is a skill definitely, but hallucinations occur. As I already discussed today, hallucination is a way or a stage between the real and fake. If I say, give me the solution to this assignment in a unique way, no one else other used unplagiarized. But I assume that the answer that ChatGPT gave me, it is a unplagiarized. But actually it is not. So how much internalized learned by the students, the ability lead to the degradation because the standards are not followed and the basic concept of teaching and give assignment to the student not met there. Similarly, Gen AI can generate the ideas, but critical thinking and discussing about the various other factors related to that particular idea, like real-time feasibility, market analysis, what are the loopholes, bugs that is not defined by the AI. So it will provide a limitation in their thinking ability. So another in the point of research scholars, maybe MTech students or the students, they are writing their project or the thesis dissertations. So if you are using Gen AI for writing a research paper, it is a research integrity constraint here. So process there. If I want to write a literature review, in the earlier lecture, I have covered that concept, literature review, different types of literatures. Then Gen AI can guide me. So if I want to write a literature review, I'm a new in the research. So I will find out whatever the various section of my research article, what are the tools that can be used, how it can be used, step-by-step instructions are there. That is useful one. What are the pipelining process, content creation, how the English writing is can be possible, variable writing styles, themes that can be guided, and the formatting, good ideas, referrals, advice, researchers that can be possible. But if I say repeat, because we are using the generative AI, every time if I write any application, any idea, it will provide you the same similar context in just formatting of some few words that can change. So repetition is there every time. If you see green chemistry, if you every time write green chemistry, so basic duplicacy, redundancy, all these are the concept that is reflected in the AI content. If you read it nicely, so you will understand what is AI writing. You can understand the AI is not that efficient where the human mind is. Hallucinations are there, plagiarism is there, reduced critical thinking because AI is just copying the generated text that is available somewhere in their learning parameter. AI is not providing the human brain critical thinking, poor application theory. Writing skill is not learned. Recycle ideas rather than contributing this. This is the most important point. Whenever we are using AI, every time it is just giving you the recycled idea. It will provide you never ever the novel idea that contribute to the new things. So another continued with that, collecting data for a research paper. There are a number of tools like SCI, Web of Science, Clarivate, their Scopus, IEEE, ACM, Google Scholar, PubMed. Number of tools are there where we can found the effective literature related to a particular search problem. But nowadays, what people are using, they are using AI tool to write the literature review. There are two different things. Earlier in my lecture, I have suggested to use AI for the literature review. That is a different context. And today I'm saying that AI can be used by the people for writing literature review. What is the difference in that? If I write any prompt, write a literature review on green chemistry or green computing. So AI is already, we know that it is not live. It is not using the live databases. Not of that. They are using the earlier context prior to their training, where the training is stopped. So it means they are using that context only. So sometimes it will provide you the relevant reference or sometimes not. So it means what literature review AI is giving, it is a just 10 to 20% of the actual literature. But if you are using AI in that context, I am having a data or the CSV of 1000 research articles that containing for a particular research problem. Here I can use AI because it is not feasible for me to complete that 1000 article in a very short time. So here I can use AI for the literature review because it can speed up my process. Otherwise, if I wholly solely depend just on AI to write the literature review, that is the wrong practice here. So the process there, the creation of data collection tool itself, whether qualitative or quantitative, depending on the needs for the reliability, validity, credibility, dependability, generalization, etc. So we can use AI for the analysis. We provide the data. Some Gen AI tools claim to be good enough to analyze the data. Not ChatGPT is doing it. No problem in that. But the con is that if you see just rely on just AI, so fake quantitative data set, that is just for the imaginary one. Imaginary data transcripts can be possible, fake audio can be possible, fake finding can be possible. Why we are using the research? We are using the research to answer the real life problems. So real life problems can be solved only and only when the real research is there. But if human is not fully involved in the research, only we are using research with the use of this AI tools, then it means we are missing some. So that's why that results are fake, that findings are of no use, no outcome. Somehow we are using now, but if we are taking the note on the 2 years ago and after 5 years, so you are not getting any result because you are not doing the actual research there. AI is for our betterment, but not to replace it, not to do the critical thinking like this. So these are the concerns that is related to the poor use of AI. Poor use of AI, loss of privacy. Why we say here loss of privacy? Loss of privacy, AI system collects and process vast amount of data, including the sensitive information about the students and research participants. The potential for breaches of privacy is a significant concern here. Why? Because the personal data, your personal findings, your things that we are putting on the research portal, if that is accessed by the ChatGPT or in n number of terms or n number of ways, so it will provide and it will result in the loss of privacy. personal data no longer confidential. So if AI is going to access whatever the data you are having, it means that if AI is using your personal photographs, if AI is using your personal content or on the available on the internet, so there is no personal there because that is related to the AI. Now everyone can able to access it. So impact on the minors. I will also explore the UNESCO study related to the ethical and responsible of use of AI in this lecture. So I'll discuss this one on that. So copyright violation, confusing authorship. So whenever we are having any picture that we are going to putting on our research, so there is a news that I have read about the IIT Dhanbad professor. So 20 of their articles are retracted. Why? Just because of the misuse of or copied use of various photographs in their research articles, duplicate use of research photographs. So copyright violation means that some of the images that is available or you are getting from the AI, that is not real, that is a fake one. So if you are saying ki AI have created a new photograph for you, no, AI have created that regenerating on the basis of some real fact that is related to someone else. So it will provide the copyright violation. And obviously, if two people are claiming that this image is created by them, one is by the AI, one by the human, so it will lack to the confusing authorship there. Proprietary information leakage. Yes, some of the information that we don't want to disclose to anyone. So if we are using the AI everywhere and everything is accessible to it, so it will provide to the loss of the information. Perpetuating biasness. Yes, AI is not providing the ethical content somehow related to the duplicacy is there, redundancy is there, same concept is repeated again. If n number of people are using the AI, it will provide you the same content. Everybody see ki my content is no. So public loss of trust in the research. Yes, if every researcher is just dependent on the ChatGPT or generative AI, so in coming years, the research will be lost. Nobody will do the research and people lack faith in the research. And definitely, if we say a medical heart surgeon uh, have no ethical training for the medical science, they are just putting their assignments on the base of ChatGPT. So nobody will going to consult that doctor for their treatment because people feeling unsafe because that medical practitioner is not a genuine researcher or a genuine doctor that is dependent upon the GNI. Their mental ability and critical thinking is not that developed in a that is required. So if we concern about the ethical use of the AI in the education and the academia and the research, so there are 3 P's that is required for the teaching and learning. So these 3 P's are policy, procedure, and practice. Policy, procedure, and practice. What are these? For example, everybody is discussing about if you go on the internet or Google it, responsible AI, ethical AI, responsive use of AI, you will get numerous content over there, lots of videos, lot of discussion by the experts. But if we concern in sake of student, in sake of academician, faculty members, research scholars, so if we are having a directions that what we can do and what we can't do. Nowadays, no research, no journal provide you this information that you can give the authorship to the any Gen AI tool. They are not providing you this. For example, if we are just using AI to strengthen our English context only, the ideas are we are using AI just to writing purpose. So if you are having any guidelines related to the appropriate use of Gen AI and you are going to authorize that particular area or you are citing that particular tool, if this facility and this kind of thing is available, yes, people will use the ethically use AI in ethically concern. So there is a question, should your institution have a policy about the use of Gen AI? So there is a requirement to put do's and don'ts related to the Gen AI uses in our campus for the students, for the research scholar, for the academician. So what kind of concern is there? So concerns related to the policy maker is that, can we use AI? Where we can use AI? In what context we are, if we are having the policy, then we are putting the restriction and we are using the AI in the best responsible way. So there are the questions I'm putting here. State clearly whether you do or you do not allow the use of AI and Gen AI in the academia, education, and research. If yes, define circumstances that are permitted for the use versus those that are not. It means we are clearly defining where we can use the AI or where we cannot use the AI. For example, earlier we have just discussed that the people having the poor English communication lag are not efficient in spoken. So that area where ChatGPT is permitted, your weak learners, they are not able to grasp the concept in one go, where we can use the ChatGPT to framing the different questions, to explore the concept, to learn something. For example, in the coding, the people want to learn Python or the AI languages like computer vision, Python, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. So the people can use AI for the learning purpose without paying anything. Just want to learn the particular library, just want to learn the particular tool, Keras, TensorFlow, uh, number of libraries in the Python. So we can use ethically AI for the learning purpose. Inform the faculty about the policy for the student and how suspected violation can be handled. So if you are defining the policy, in that policy, it must be written that if any student found using AI in not the allowed form, then it is written that what action can be taken by the faculty. It can be suspended, it can be resubmit the assignment, whatever the decision taken by that particular institution. Then responsible use, define the responsible use. SOPs should be there. If you don't also have SOPs, define how AI should be cited and prompt share. What prompt you used, what content AI provided you, which tool you are using, you need to cite it. Elsewhere, in any learning institutions, other policy likely defined expectations of learning, you can refer to them in the AI policy. It means that we need to provide the efficient thing, that where we can use the AI, how it can be used, where we can't use, in which ways. Similarly, in case of no, define reporting obligation, define detection standards, reporting process, contact, investigation process, sanction, withhold. Means that if we are using AI in research, for example, in the research scholar, they are using the AI for the synopsis preparation. They are using the AI for the patent writing. They are using AI for the research paper writing. So in that case, proper AI detection tool can be used by the institutions and report and also warn the students if the investigation found true. So these are the things that we need to consider in the policy making. So policy is very, very important related to the responsible use of AI. Before you can make a policy, gather all the stakeholders like faculty members and all the important members that can be part of that policy framing, include the leadership, your faculty, and the students. Remember, you can't prove that a Gen AI was used. You can only determine a probability, including your legal team and the policy decision. So, if we talk about the today's scenario, you can't restrict yourself or your students or your scholars not to use AI. Why? Because it is very popular nowadays. It is a magic. The ChatGPT came in 2022, and nowadays, even in this fifth, sixth standard students are using ChatGPT. Even the first, second standard students are using the ChatGPT. It means you can't stop them. They are using the ChatGPT for writing their Instagram post. They are using the ChatGPT for writing their letters. They are using the ChatGPT for their proportional video concepts. So there are a number of ways. It is helping people. They are using for their tagging purpose, for their business growth. This is an ethical use where there is no problem in that, or the uh, your business, your learning. These are the appropriate use of the chat GPT. But if we're concerned about the academia, education, and research, so we need to very particular about defining the policies. The institution have to very clear the do's and don'ts, or the criticized use of AI, or the responsive use of AI. So there is a three P's of teaching and learning that we just have discussed, and under this UNESCO have provided the concerns related to the ethical principles and the framework for the AI in academia. So UNESCO proposed the 10 principles here for the betterment of AI in academia and education users. So these 10 points written here. Number one is the proportionality and do not harm. So when AI is developed and the research is going on AI, it is for the betterment of the humankind. Because number of tasks in very less time, perfectly errorless, can be done by the machine. So this was the main agenda. So when the AI came into existence, the ChatGPT in 2022, but nowadays people are using it is a any context without knowing the actual outcome, without concerning anything related to the education, research, etc. They are using it randomly. Without understanding this, it will lack your critical thinking, exploiting anything. So proportionate use of the AI that do not harm the basic context of the student, researcher, or faculty, or the academician. So we need to define the policy for that. Safety and security. So safety and security is a very important aspect. Why we are talking about the safety and security? There are a number of things like the intellectual property right. There is a authorship. There is a copyright. There are a number of terms that we can use. So when we talk about the safety and security, because everything is now available on the internet, and number of tools, they are using the same information. So we need to restrict the privacy and security guidelines for the AI system to protect the sensitive data. It may use the data encryption, anonymization technique, compliance with the data protection laws as per the GDPR, etc. So it is required the ethically and concerned use of AI to maintain the privacy and data protection. For example, I'm giving you one example. Nowadays, some AI tools are available. You are using this tweet. You are using this voice of Lata Mangeshwar, and you are providing the lyrics sung by Kumar Sanu. You are giving the AI that information that create a new song based on that, and one new song is created. That actually is not new. that is related to the risk of data protection and privacy of that, because the voice is context that is related to a particular person and you are using fake voice, you are creating a fake voice. So that kind of things need to be controlled and identified and punished. So multi-stakeholder and adaptive governance and collaboration, because AI is not used in one country, in one context, or in one role. So there are multiple platforms, multiple stakeholders. Everyone is using AI in any context. So we need to adapt the proper governance with the collaboration, because adopting the ethical use of AI with the directed guidelines for teaching and research must be there by the every university. Policies balancing AI benefits with the academic integrity and the skill development is also very important. Ethical leadership aligned to AI uses with the institutional values is also important. Multi-stakeholder involvement in the AI governance and education need to be defined here. So responsibility and accountability. Responsibility and accountability. What is accountability here? What is responsibility here? See, I am doing one research. I am putting some results from there. I'm responsible for what I am contributing to the research. If I say model A is a perfect and provided you do 99% accuracy, it means I am responsible for giving that information. If somebody is using that research and doing experimentation on the basis of that, so if I am fake, so I am contributing a fake result. So what is the accountability here? We are using AI. We are using AI for the analysis. We are using AI for the research paper writing, for the proposal, for the ideas, everything we are using AI. But AI is a black box. It is a trained model that provided you some information. But if I say why I am getting this result only, we have no answer. The clear accountability must be established in case AI system make errors. Institutional should determine who is responsible for AI-driven decisions and ensure that there is a process of addressing mistakes or harm caused by AI. So if the content is written by AI and you are claiming it, so where is the accountability and who is responsible for the fake content? That need to be addressed very wisely here. So transparency and the expandability. So transparency is what an AI system should understand and explainable. Users should be able to understand how AI system make decisions, particularly in high stakes scenario like grading or research funding allocation. So if you are not aware about anything or the project idea or the complete proposal and you are just using the AI, so how you are going to defend and critically think about the real-time challenges about that project? That explainability is missing there in the research and it is totally unethical, and misconduct of research using AI and fabricating the result, so not acceptable or human oversight and determination. Human oversight means we are not putting our real efforts in the research just to sake of time and the easiness and the fastness. We are just using instead of using your own research. So sustainability is, everyone knows that nowadays everyone wants sustainable solutions, everyone needs sustainable resources, sustainability, there are number of sustainable goals are there. So we want AI in a best way, ethical way, and the sustainability for the coming decisions, algorithm, awareness and literacy. We are just using ChatGPT. without knowing it, where we can use, how much we can use, and where we can the best result in that. So awareness is not there. Literacy is not there. People are using it. Students are using it because the tool is available free of cost. Everybody has the access. But if we literate the students, make awareness related to Gen AI, and then people will able to learn the responsible use of AI and the access, the fairness and the non-discrimination. AI system often learn from the historical data we very well aware of. Machine learning is based on that previous data, which can contain biases there. These biases can manifest in AI outcome, perpetuating inequality in the area such as grading, admission, research funding. AI algorithm used to grade papers may favor certain writing styles, culture perspectives, disadvantage student for the diverse background. So AI is not as good in academia if we are not putting a responsive use of AI. So these are the 10 principles given by the UNESCO for the responsible use of AI in academia and research. So proceeding further, if we are using or putting any policy related to the do's and don'ts related to the use of AI in ethical way, so what are the procedure, what are the standard SOPs as institute may follow? Yes, very likely so, particularly if any AI are allowed in accordance with guidance from the faculty of administrations, you need to put in writing. So what people can use, what particular AI tools, where and at what level. So this procedure and step-by-step instructions need to be given to the students, to the faculty members, to the scholars, and proper citation and authorship should be given to that context. For the sake of student, expand upon the policy, give example of what is allowed, specify the Gen AI info should be cited, referred, and share the prompt used. Foster a culture of ethics in communication and writing. So these are the concerns related to the enforcement of the policy for the and the step-by-step instruction to the student. Similarly, students writing thesis or the doctoral projects. Expand upon policy, give example of what is allowed, outline responsibilities of advice researcher to include required communication with chair or mentor, cite or refer GenAI tools, share the prompts, foster a culture of ethics in writing and research, explain what research misconduct and refer that policy and those SOPs. Misconduct means which you are not allowed to use and you are using it because AI can be less than 5%, or some journals are using AI at the 0%. So these are the misconduct. If it is there, we need to tackle it. Just wait. Yes. So do you need practice guidelines that are not public facing? Yes. If we are putting any policy, any law, any procedure, so people are contradicting it, contradicting it, people are not following it, you need to check it also. So investigation must be there. So procedures. So what is the exact framework? Outline the procedure for processing and communication of the allegation. How are the case documented? If these students are and then section the dismissal, then what? What is the external reported? How so? Who is informed of what? Know if and to whom reported faction? What document is saved and for how long, etc. That day-to-day stuff you do, no one else know how to do. Your replacement will thank you these notes when retired. It means whenever there is a policy related to the best conduct of AI in the academia and the research, so everything need to be planned, every need to be framed. Where we can use, how much, what are the tools, student can use where, scholars can use where, faculty can use it, how to cite, what is the prompt, what are the various sections. If misconduct is there, where to find, where to investigate, what are the various tools, standard tools, and what counter action. So these things need to be designed perfectly. So if we can think foster academia and research integrity and the ethical minds and culture. देखो, every time, whenever we are using or putting something into a policy, so we need to train our faculty, our student, our academician, our scholars for the best ethical minds and best research and educational culture in the education and the academia. Who is responsible for checking the integrity of research before it is published? So who will check the raw data? The researcher, their institution, blind reader, request by the journal itself. Can we verify the research misconduct panel containing human oversight? Yes. So all the experienced researcher having the H index more than 50, they are having a very penny eye. They can visualize every minute thing that particular research is conducted by AI or the human, it is fake or real, they can judge. So human verification is also addressable, also desirable. iAuthenticate is a tool that is used by most of the journal in the Scopus as well as the in the SCI or Clarivate analysis. Uh, but they also find out the percentage of AI, the plagiarized work. So these are tools that are recommended. And for the student perspective, you need to very well define where to check. And it is the responsibility of the supervisor to check the student that is putting or submitting some assignment or submitting one research paper or the synopsis or the research proposal or the thesis, that you need to check for the ethical use, ethical work, and blind reads and the suggestions by the other senior members very, very desirable. So what do you think? Motivate your student to finish a course and get the degree without the use of AI, because people will use AI only in the written assignments or in the code assignments or where we need to copy paste or put something in the soft copy. But if we are using the practical assignments, those assignments that are multi complex and not solved in one line or one go by the any AI tool, and we are having a real time performance there. So students are motivated that the chat shifting copying is not only the solution. We need to work on it. We need to learn and we need to work on the skills. So things should be planned accordingly. How do we best inspire our students to want to be ethical and do their work with integrity? So suspension is there, punishment is there, honor code, and if a person is using zero chat GPT, need to be appreciated and a role model for all the others. So there is a distinction between the undergraduate and the graduate and the doctoral students. So policy must highlight these things. That if a people is of the certain age, then what tools and under what learning AI is permitted. So everything need to be clearly explained for the which and what will be misconduct responsibilities. So similarly, in the graduate and doctors, we expect more advanced thinking, while most students who are working full-time jobs, going to school, and balanced in their work, and there is a responsibility also train the parents also and the doctoral and graduate person that we misconduct is there. So these are the punishments. So cancellation of the thesis or everything that come under the policy need to be checked. So already I have discussed number of things that is related to the concerned with the AI in the academia and research, ethical challenges of AI in the research, education and collaboration. The ethical challenges of the AI in AI integration in the academia. Uh, Already I have discussed this under the UNESCO. I will also explain in brief once again. So bias and fairness. Yes, AI models are trained based on some data. If it is not relevant as per your problem, you will get the result that is not 100% relevant. Data privacy. Yes, the data that is not want to include or some sensitive information we don't want to disclose or submit it to the ChatGPT. Accountability and transparency is who is responsible for the errors and decision, because AI is a black box. Whatever the decision given by the AI or the results that is fake, who is responsible for that? Autonomy and AI dependency. See, if you are using or putting one keyword change in the prompt, your result vary. So intellectual property, AI role in generating a new research and ownership issues are there. So responsibly, if we are counting as per the UNESCO principles, these things are very, very included. In everywhere, we are using AI for the education, for the research, and for the academy. So if we concern about uh, to stop the and misconduct of the AI, so we are having AI and plagiarism detection tools, and we can also perform the peer review. We can also avoid the malpractice by awareness and guiding people for the ethical and responsible use of the AI, and stop and detect all the fake and unethical research practices. So it is a clear guidelines for the ethical use of AI in academic research. Policy should be there. Ethical review boards that can incorporate AI ethic board in research design. Collaboration with the senior experts, they can able to read and identify the AI content if it is available in the research. Stakeholder engagement and the awareness about and guidelines about the policy should be there. So if you want to get responsible AI, and it is advisable also, so governance framework is also need to be adopted. Principles, ethical codes, monitoring and auditing should be there for the fair execution and uses of ChatGPT and AI in the education and academy. So there are number of case studies. If we are using AI unethically, for example, case study one, successful AI-based education tool that purport fairness and transparency. See, people are in the learning stage up to higher or secondary standards levels. So they can use AI in their learning basis. So AI is best there because AI is provide and explore vast number of knowledge that is beyond the book, and people will learn and explore number of areas. Similarly, second case study, research studies using AI with clear accountability and ethical standards. For example, XAI is your explainable AI. So if we are using one example, one case study, it will provide you the reason for this and that. We are accountable for that. Why this reason and why not? Why AI is predicting this? So because we are able to identify the reason for that particular answer. Similarly, case study three, the institutions implementing AI governance policy and responsible users. So we all know that AI is randomly using nowadays anywhere, everywhere without any ethical concern. So if we are having a case study, we are having a policy, and we are using AI in a best possible and ethical way. So we can, yes, we can restrict the unfair and unethical use of AI, and we are providing a responsible AI integration in the academy and the research. So challenges are number of challenges are there, because if we are following one standard policy that is followed globally, then it is a very, very good approach in the research. So AI system accountability in the research outcome. Transparency is there. Human oversight. Everybody will be clear that if we are using AI in that aspect, it will be uh, considered as the misconduct and will be punished for that. by unbiased data set. So because AI is trainable and machine model, so we need to have an unbiased data set and protecting privacy and confidential information. Everything is not going to share or provided by the AI. There should be some anonymous policies and the restriction of data sharing in AI. So whatever the context today I discussed, it is related to the responsible use of AI in education and academia and research. So whatever the thing we are summarized today, we understand what is AI, why nowadays everyone is using AI or Gen AI, because of the open AI tools, that is familiar and random number of tools for n number of things, for images, for PPTs, and for lots of things. So we need to restrict on that and possibly a better and best use of AI in the all the stakeholders. So we discussed all the pros and cons. We discussed why we use and where we can use, how the policy, procedure, and practice can be introduced in the academia to support the AI integrity, and how the academy research integrity can be fostered, and we have ethical uses and ethical thinkers for the AI uses. So it's all about my topic and the research that I have presented in front of all of you. And now I'm open for the questions. If anyone have any questions, you can ask. I'm open for questions. Mayor sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Dear participant, if you have any question, you are allowed to unmute your mic. You can ask, or either you can raise your hand. Yes. Please, if you have any question, or you can put your questions in the chat box. Dr. Vinod Patidar.
No, sir, no question from my side.
Okay. Blessing. Do you have any question? Yes, you can unmute your mic. Yes, please. There is one question in the chat box, ma'am.
Sir, there is a question written by some person, Arun Kumar. How can we check plagiarism by AI tool? Sir, there is a different concerns, like if the stakeholder is a student. So student can use, because their concern is their AI is used for just their little writing assignments, like some question is there, some letter is there. So if that any tool, there are number of tool, AI plagiarism, number of tools are available, you can go with that. You just copy paste your contents. But if we are talking about a research scholar, academician, or the researchers, then I will not recommend to use any AI tool, because whenever you are putting your file in that tool, it is for the training purposes. It is no longer as your work, and that is copied by the AI. So whenever they turn it in, I authenticate will access, it will be your plagiarized work. So I never recommend to use any AI tool for the plagiarism. Only use the Turnitin or the Deeprit.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Dr. Shiv Shakti. Any question, please? You can unmute your mic.
Hello. No, sir.
Hello.
No, sir. I don't have any question.
Okay. Ma'am, I think, yes, Dr. P. Kishore Kumar. Yes, please. You can unmute your mic.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, a question to the madam, sir. Up to how much extent we can use AI tools for writing the literature review, sir? Meaning,
Sir, if we talk about the percentage of AI in the research article, that is zero recommended in the SCI journals as well as in the Scopus, and below 5% is allowed only. And if you talk about writing the literature review, for example, I have 50 PDFs, and on the basis of that, I want to write one literature review section. So I will provide these PDF to the any good AI tool, not the ChatGPT, any other AI tool like Jenny, Gamma, Gemini, Perplexity, number of Mid-Journey, number of tools are there. So you can providing the PDF, you can ask them that summarize that PDF in one paragraph. So on that you will also you can write the points on the basis of that it will summarize that PDF. For example, what is the research contribution, what are the major outcomes, what are the research area, so that then you can understand without reading all the 50 articles. You can understand in a very less time that what is in the article context. So on the basis of that you can very well define your literature review. You can use the AI in that purpose. So your time is saved. You are not reading all the articles. You understand the basic concept and which is more relevant to you. On the basis of that, you can read that particular article. So it will help in you excluding the not relevant content and speed up on the summarizing of the content that is required for the literature review. So up to below 5% that is recommended, and 100% AI research article is not at all acceptable.
okay, madam. How we can upload all these things, madam? Any tools are there to upload and getting the summarization?
Yes, I have demonstrated one tool, that is the answer disk, and Cloud AI is there, Po is there. There are number of tools.
We can upload there. We can upload the papers.
You can upload the PDF for the research, and they will provide you AI chat PDF. Number of tools are available. I have made a PPT for there. I will share with the Merchant sir. So top 10 tools for the literatures, for citation, this work I will provide it and you will get.
Okay, madam. Madam, one thing, madam, in the literature review, we are writing only the others, what they did, we are writing. So,
Yes.
madam. And for the results, everything, what type of content we can place it for the results?
So for example, I am doing, for example, I am doing one RAG architecture and I have got my all the graphs and research, but I'm not getting any understanding that how to put our result in and discuss it in a very effective manner. Then you can give AI tool your graphs and ask them to help in outline the research and discussion section. So it will provide you all the necessary points that you can expand on.
No, not like that, madam. When I'm writing literature review, is there a section to keep result section? Can we add results section?
You are asking the
literature review
discussion part or in the literature review?
In literature review part, madam. In the literature review.
Okay. For example, you are going to summarize the outcomes of 50 research articles, right? You are having a one tabular structure.
Yes, ma'am.
And just you give that particular columns to the ChatGPT or the AI tools that these are the basic database and these are the PDFs, and get the information extracted from this, and you can put that on your table and you can do a comparative analysis.
Okay, that's okay, madam. What I'm saying is, can we add results section in the literature review? Meaning, when I'm writing the review paper.
Results Sir, in the literature review, if you are, for example, I'm giving the example of SLR. So
Right.
in the systematic literature review, you are having 3 to 4 research questions. On the basis of that, AI will help you to structure what are the basic results are required, and it will help you to outline it.
Okay. Madam, one thing, madam, when I'm giving references at the end, when I'm citing the references, is it necessary to keep in the citing the references in an order, or it may be based on the summary part, we can cite the
No,
reference?
sir. Whenever we writing any research paper from the introduction to conclusion,
Madam.
your research, if it in the APA, so it is a different context. But if you are putting in the IEEE format, so it will be from 1 to 100 as like that. It can be possible that 100 is at one place and 1 is in the last place. So it need to be a synchronized order.
Okay. Meaning we have to go in a chronicle
Yes.
order.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, madam. Madam, one thing, how many references we can place in, we can keep it for writing literature, madam?
Sir, if you
Submitting
are
literature article.
putting a simple SLR, meta-analysis or literature review or review paper, depend upon the available literature. So we can go with the minimum 100 to maximum 300 review references, depend upon the quality of work we are using. For example, if we work on or we see the articles published in the IEEE tutorials and survey, so there will be references come from 3 to 350. So it depends upon what is the content, what is the length of the review, and how many literature content is available. It minimum 100 is required for the literature.
Okay, madam. Madam, last question, madam. This is, I think, this is out of the.
No issue, sir.
Actually, I'm from a background of electronics, madam.
Okay.
When I'm writing any paper, I want to draw something, some CAD modeled, my own diagrams,
Okay.
CAD modeled. So, which tools are there to write my own models, novel models?
Nowadays, there are ChatGPT also. You can draw the model, but it is not will be as efficient as you can draw with your CAD tools. You can use ChatGPT. You can use the paid version of ChatGPT and the diagram where we can draw a number of AI tools. You just give them the prompt that write the code for drawing this plant human mermaid and diagram code. You can able to draw the diagram, but somehow it is good, but not every context is covered. So you need to really look on that. You get an idea that how to draw the diagram. So after that, you can manually work on it, or you can refine it as per your requirement.
Yes, madam. That's what I'm saying. Is there any tools to
AI or ChatGPT is not giving you as the desired diagram. They can write only the code, and these code can be run on multiple platforms, and you can refine the code as per your requirement. So these are the tools.
Okay. Like that, as we draw in the paint, like structures.
Sir, I'm giving you one example. I'm giving you ChatGPT with the prompt that they write the plant UML code to make a bicycle model. So it will give you the code. You can run that code on the plant UML server online available is. So it will give you plant UML, PLANT UML.
Okay, madam. Okay. We have to run that code in that server.
Yes. It will give you the diagram. But if it is efficient for you, then well and good. Otherwise, you can get the idea, you can draw it.
Okay. We can directly search in that Google number, plant UML.
Yes.
Okay, madam. That code will be generated from the AI tools.
Yes,
We
AI.
can paste that code in that plant UML.
Yes.
Okay, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you for giving me.
Thank you, sir. There is one question raised by the Anjali Vishistha. Can I use the carrot to AI diagram in the research paper? Yes, you can use, and you can cite it there that this diagram is generated by the carrot tool. No issues in that. It is ethically used.
Dear participant, any more question, please? Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful session, for delivering such an insightful and thought-provoking session on responsible use of AI in research and education. Your talk has truly shed light on the ethical dimension, practical concern, and responsible strategies needed as we integrate AI technologies into our academic and research ecosystem. From addressing the risk of misuse and bias in AI model to highlighting the importance of transparency, accountability, and human oversight, your presentation has provided us with as well-rounded perspective that is both timely and necessary. Your deep expertise and real-world examples helped us understand not only how AI can be a powerful tool for innovation, but also why it must be handled with moral responsibility and academic integrity. We are confident that today's session has encouraged all the participants to reflect on their own practices and become more aware, informed, and ethical user of AI in their respective domain. And on the behalf of the committee, I extend our sincere gratitude to you, Dr. Upinder Kaur, for your valuable contribution to this workshop. Thank you once again. And this is the just certificate of appreciation for presenting your valuable talks. You have covered 2 sessions during this workshop, and I hope that the entire sessions and the content which you provide us also we request the list of the softwares which are highly useful for the participant so that
We'll
they
provide by tomorrow, sir. I'll provide
yes, ma'am.
by tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. We are getting the request from the participant for these softwares. And once
Okay.
again, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. And dear participant, please open your webcam for having the screenshot also. Till the end, don't leave the meeting since I will provide you the link to submit your quiz. That is also the internal part of this ongoing workshop. Okay. And the questions will be based on all the 7 sessions. And also these 100 questions are generated by using the AI. So I will try to demonstrate how we can create this type of the questions by on the basis of our content. Okay, so all the questions which you will observe and you will submit during this quiz. So all the questions are generated from the content of the workshop. Okay, so all these are very relevant, and this will also add some values, and we will this will help us how this workshop is valuable and informative to all the participants. I request
Okay,
once
thank you,
again.
sir.
Once again, I request to all the participants, please open webcam for having the screenshot. Okay, thank you. So once again, I have to share my screen so that how you can access. I will share the link for the quiz, and just you will follow the instruction. Just you need to click, and it will ask about your name, email ID, and contact number. Then you can start. So here, I am sharing my screen. Yes. So this link I will share with you. Okay. And from this place you will here at my place is continue, but you have to log in. Okay. So as soon as you will click on it, and on the top in the day 1, okay, and the top this is the quiz. Just you need to click on it and start. So you can start this quiz anytime within 24 hours, and you will have 2 attempts, okay, and 40 minutes are required. So just you need to click at this place and you can submit this quiz. Okay, and after submitting, you will have the score of the this quiz. 100 questions are there. 40 minutes are required. 2 attempts will be there. Very simple to start and to submit. Okay. So thank you for the today's session, and all about 6 sessions of this ongoing workshop has been completed, and we are left only with the 1 session. Okay, so tomorrow there will be also the validity. So I would like to invite all the participants to join this validity as well as the last session of the workshop. And the feedback form is also there. Just 1 minute, I am sharing with you. Yes, you can get the feedback form in the chat box for the today's session, and also same will be available in the WhatsApp group I am sharing there. So sometimes if you are not able to access the link, you can do from that place, and the quiz link will also be there so that you can submit in the coming 24 hours. You can start anytime. I have shared the quiz link, okay, in the chat box in the WhatsApp group, as well as I am sharing in the chat box. Okay, so everything is accessible for you. But you have to submit this quiz within 24 hours. After that, you will not be able to submit. Okay, thanks to all and good night. Tomorrow we will resume the last session at the same time, 7 p.m. Thank you and good night.